Hello everyone, this is Kieran from Rawcut Media. Today I'm going to be showing you how exactly you record your gameplay directly without any use for this OBS stuff that you stream with. What's the best software to use and how do you use it? I personally use Shadowplay, which comes with GeForce, NVIDIA, however you want to say it. There's other ones you want to get. I've shown you how to use OBS and you can just use that as you go. Basically, for OBS purposes, you want to just, instead of start streaming, you just start recording and then set the bitrate to whatever you want. And I just clicked on the wrong thing. Output, there you go, that's for streaming. There you go. 20,000, not too bad. I'd personally have it maybe at something like 12,000 because that's usually how you'd output it for YouTube purposes. So, there you go. That's not too bad. Right, so we've got all this right here. GeForce driver, we've got beta updates, and I don't really need to bother with any of that. Shadowplay is where you want to go for this. Now, the good thing about Shadowplay, so this is how Shadowplay works. Now, you've got different things here. You've got your camera. You don't really need a camera as such, but you can set up a webcam wherever you want. There. And it'll just show right there. But I like to do things manually, as shown in my streaming videos, so that's how I want to do it. The status indicator, which shows that it's actually recording. Don't worry, it won't actually show up in your recording. It'll just be an indicator because normally, like with something like Fraps, that's another recording software, you have to physically show that it's recording, and sometimes it won't work. So you want that indicator just there to, be able to be recorded. And an FPS counter, that's right there. It tells you exactly what the frame rate is at that exact time, and what you need to do to make it go higher. So if you find that the frame drops, you may need to alter the quality of your game so that it can actually bump the frame rate up. For my case, I can, not to brag, I can play most stuff at the top specs, so I'm okay. And if you allow desktop capture, it will just basically capture your desktop as well. If I press my shortcut for recording now, it will record the actual screen. And you might want to alter the size of your camera as well, For microphone, I don't necessarily recommend recording your microphone quality with this because, well, you can if you have everything set up as you want, but it can be a bit difficult, if you record it and it doesn't come out as you want it, because then, if you record it all separately, you can then edit it the way you want to edit it, pretty much. So these are the keyboard shortcuts I've got. If I press insert, I toggle manual recording on and off, and that's what I want to happen. I just want to press record when I want to and stop recording when I want to. Shadowplay, in this case, if you click this up here, these are the recording quality settings that I've got. Got manual recording. You can either do shadow or manual, which enables shadow and manual recording modes. Alt and F10 saves the last 5 minutes of recording, and that enables broadcasting to Twitch. So you can also use Shadowplay for Twitch, but I've never used it personally, so I can't really say a lot about it, and personally, I wouldn't really. Also, you can set the bitrate. I've got it at 30 at the moment. It's a nice little number to have. Not too big, not too small. 20 would also be good as well, because you're going to be exporting or rendering the final video in under 20. So keep it very well done. It stays at the best quality possible, so don't worry about it. Frame rate 60 for most games. That will be in-game. I definitely have it as that because you don't really want to mess up what kind of stuff you're doing. This designates where you want to save. No, it doesn't. It pretty much just opens where you are saving everything to. We can select our save location. I would definitely recommend saving it to videos because what it does is we've got folders called Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 here, and also desktop. These, every time you do a recording, it will create a folder on your videos thing, and so basically it creates these folders and then all your stuff is saved here. If you do want to show your folder as it's recording, basically I use MPC for recording, so it will show the icon, and once it's finished, it will show the actual thumbnail of the video once it's finished. So yeah, it's all good for that. And that's pretty much how you actually record it. The next step, so to be able to record in Adobe Premiere Pro, you need a certain thing you can download off the internet called Handbrake. Basically, Handbrake is a piece of software that allows you to convert your videos. The reason you want to do this is because Adobe Premiere doesn't really work well with videos that have a variable frame rate. As we've pretty much dictated in Experience right here, it runs at 60. Well, you can do it at 60 or 30, but usually it will record it with whatever frame rate you've got. And if you do that with whatever frame rate you've got, then your video is going to not sync up properly with the audio that you've got. So you'll select a video here with the source, so you choose a file. That's not what you need. You then go to video, you select constant frame rate. If you want it to be a 60 frame video, then you select 60, otherwise it will do the same as source and it still won't sync up as well as you want it. And don't do peak frame rate, just, do constant frame rates like I said. You want to keep this as very fast, otherwise if you do it too much, it actually says there that the file size will be bigger. That's not what you want. You want it to be an affordable file size. You want this to be the same sort of thing. It also helps it run better in the editing software because it will be a smaller file size. The container will be MP4. That's fine, don't worry about anything else. Then you select the file destination. I wouldn't add any tracks, this is all you really need to do for this process, and then you start. Now I won't show the whole process of this, but I'll pretty much show you exactly what I mean. Right, so you basically start it like that. You can add to a queue as well if you want, but you can see right down there, you can see that's converting very well, nicely done. And you just wait for it to finish, and then wherever the destination is, where the file is, you take that and then you put it into here. I'll just stop this one so that my computer can work properly, because it does make your computer slow down a hell of a lot. So here's a sample piece of recording I've got already. I do a lot of face cams, as you can see. My face cam is up there. And I've got the video here and everything. The audio, this is the microphone quality, I don't do that. I've compressed the gameplay audio so that it doesn't like rise up like it does there. I want it all to just be steady so that, I can always hear myself speaking. And for the webcam here, I've pretty much cropped it, which means that I've turned it, got rid of the wide scaling and just like put it in. So you can only see like my top half, or just top fifth. And, you can do this, there you go. I've done a horizontal flip, so if you go to effects, this is how you do everything as well. Horizontal flip. And you pretty much just apply it to there and it does it all for you. Like I said, single band compressor for the audio itself. And that's pretty much all you need. You just cut down. If you want a quick way of cutting this all down, highlight everything there. And instead of actually getting the cut tool, which is here, and just cutting it like that, instead, a much better way to do it is to just press Control and then K. And it just does the entire thing for you. So that's like the quickest way of doing it. It will take it can take up to an hour just to, edit one part if you're doing heavy edits, like cutting a lot of stuff down like I have here. But if you're just doing it like as raw as possible, then I don't know, maybe about 20 minutes, maybe 10. Then you'll go to File, Export. Oh yeah, by the way, if you want to actually add everything into here, instead of actually just doing File and Import, where you just get it from there, you can go to your project, and then you go to wherever the file is, and then you drag that over there. Or actually, I'll show it on here. You take the file, and you just go copy into there. It will conform it. Keep in mind that the cache can build up on your computer, so it can take up memory. So you want to find out where your cache is. So to do that, go to media, and that's exactly where your cache is saved. So the Adobe cache, it'll say exactly where. Memory, you can allocate memory for other ones, or you can, you pretty much do that, etc. 8 gigabytes seems okay for me, and that's all you really need to know about that part. To export, you go there, export media, and we'll just wait a moment. Right, so format, H.264, match source high bitrate. However, you want to be able to edit these out properly. I would select it as 60. All this is fine, don't worry about that. Just match whatever settings I've got here. I'd have about... You can go out of boundaries after 12 and do 14 instead, and then go up to, like, I don't know, 24. 1 pass is fine. You can do 2 pass, but it takes longer to render out. 1 pass is just basically, it just scans through it once and that's it. So 2 pass is pretty much scan through it once, determine the file size and everything, the quality, and the second part is actually, properly encoding it. And click on that, use maximum render quality. For your audio, AAC 320, or actually I prefer to do MPEG and 384 because that's the highest YouTube accepts. Don't worry about all this, and then you just click export. Here, it will pretty much have this come up. You wait quite a while. This took me about half an hour with my computer, which has got an NVIDIA 970 GeForce GTX. So, yeah. And that's pretty much all you need to know. If you want to edit your sequence settings, if it doesn't look good on the preview right there, don't worry about it. It's not crashed. It's just waiting to stop. Now you can either go up to here, sequence and sequence settings. Sequence settings, and you can edit what your sequence wants to be here. 60 frames, fine. I do it with a one that you can handle pretty well and is 1080p, so that this matches your output of the entire thing. Display format, audio samples, is very, a lot easier to read. The other one is milliseconds, which is a lot more accurate, but a bit more of a pain. QuickTime with H.264, pretty affordable and good quality. Check that, composited in linear color, and you're good to go.